Man, what a beautiful day it was to be a Bears fan on Sunday night. I know I'm a little late to the party, but I just want to talk about the Bears game that happened, and specifically Caleb Williams on the first two drives of that game, looking absolutely electric. Obviously, the Bears, the big story is that we beat them 38-0, which was a slaughter, to say the least. I don't know what the Bills were doing, if they weren't even trying. I know Sean McDermott, their head coach, was expressing some of his concerns, with how they got blown out, which regardless, I know it's preseason, but you should be trying at least. I know Josh Allen didn't play. They were playing their backups, but I don't know. I feel like in that scenario, you should be at least getting some points on the board. Like, what does that say to the second stringers versus our second and third and fourth stringers? So I don't know about that. That's all pretty much to talk about with that. But Caleb Williams, man. Caleb freaking Williams. His first time playing in the 2025 season. Obviously, it's preseason, so this isn't an NFL game for real. But Ben Johnson, man, absolutely unlocking Caleb Williams. I mean, just the first drive just looked flawless. And I feel like every time we watch Bears football, it always feels like such a struggle to go down the field, to gain yards. And honestly, I don't think we took any negative yards at all. I would have to go back and look, but I don't think there were any negative plays. There were incompletions, and I think I liked what Caleb Williams did in some situations where he wasn't forcing the issue. Like there was a screen pass that got blown up, and instead of trying to, force it, or maybe what he would have done in his rookie years, probably tried to run and play some hero ball. It just dirted it, and obviously that's the boring move to do, but it's the smart move. It builds those habits, that guys like Tom Brady and Peyton Manning did, to where even if they probably could make some throws or make some plays, they're just not going to force it. Live to see another down and move on to the next play. And Caleb Williams did that. And before I hop around too much of, what Caleb Williams did, I'll start off with the first drive. First play being to Colston Loveland, who, I'm not going to lie, I know it's preseason, but he might be a tad bit more involved than maybe some of us originally anticipated. I know there was immediately that next play to Cole Kmet, which was an absolute laser down the middle. I mean, how often do we see Bears quarterbacks work in the middle of the field? Seriously, we've seen so many screen passes and runs and, out routes and stuff like that, or just, down the left or right field line. It's so refreshing. It's such a breath of fresh air seeing this offense unlocked and seeing Caleb Williams make these throws that we know he could make. It's just that guys like Matt Eberflus didn't know how to scheme him up correctly, and he looked, lost out there. But in this game, he looked comfortable. He looked so comfortable, and I want Colin Cowherd and I want the rest of Chicago Bears media to give him his flowers. Let your apology be as loud as the insults, or at least I think that's how the saying goes. But, oh my goodness, man. It was beautiful. It looked good. I mean, it wasn't perfect. Obviously, they didn't score on their second drive. And I was kind of hoping that they would go for it on that 4th and 5. Maybe Ben Johnson saw enough. And honestly, I'll say this. I'm always one to want players, especially young players like Caleb Williams, to get as many preseason reps as possible, because in-game reps are just, you can't replicate that. However, I would not fault just this one time if Ben Johnson did not play Caleb Williams in the third preseason game. Now, I hope he does. I hope, because I'm going to go watch it with some friends on Friday. But if for whatever reason Ben Johnson says, you know what, we saw enough from Caleb on Sunday night, I think we're just going to shut him down. We've been seeing all these injuries around the league. And, real quick, prayers up to Terrell Smith and Austin Booker. Terrell Smith, likely with a season-ending injury, went down with a non-contact injury, immediately grabbed at the leg. We all know that's the universal sign for a leg injury. So prayers up to Terrell Smith. Austin Booker also took a hit in special teams. I hope he's fine as well. But, I think Ben Johnson maybe looks at those situations and thinks, you know what, let's not get any of our starters hurt. At least, guys like Terrell Smith and Austin Booker, they're depth pieces, but they're valuable depth pieces. I mean, it would be terrible if one of our offensive linemen, or God forbid our quarterback or receivers or any of our starting D linemen get hurt. So I say that all to say that I wouldn't blame Ben Johnson and wanting to shut down the starters for the rest of this offseason until week 1. So Man, I love what I saw from Caleb. I love what I saw from Tyson Bagent, too. I got to give him his flowers, too, because, I mean, he was very inconsistent his first, in week 1 of preseason against the Dolphins. This one, he just looked like lasered focused, just had a nice touchdown to Tyler Scott down the right sideline, involved Luther Burden, who's looking like he'll be involved as well. Had a couple nice plays, on scrambling plays, and there's a storm outside, so there's things happening. But I just think that we're in for a good season. Ben Johnson looks like he's just absolutely dialed in every single one of these players. And regardless of what our roster looks like this season, I know there's problems at left tackle and stuff. I think we're going to see just a lot more competitive nature in the Bears, a lot more than you would see from guys that were playing during the Flus era or during the Nagy era or during the John Fox era. You're going to see Ben Johnson. He's going to unlock everyone's skill potential, including Caleb's. It's going to be a beautiful season. But that's pretty much it, man. Bears win 38-0 against the Bills. I don't know what the Bills are doing. I don't care for them. Caleb Williams looked like a dog. I hope that continues, and I hope that translates to the regular season. Let me know what you guys think. Bear down, I'm out.